Okay, so in my scheming, in my heavy lifting of my half of the two of us being the shorter one born at your feet, begging for your people to just quietly come and steal me from the hospital the minute I'm delivered. To 42 years just being locked up in Lou and Linda's American prison amongst the scripted people, amongst the guard that knows that there's a higher charge, and then there's some liaisons. And the liaison families are like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'm going to get in so much trouble for this. If this comes out, this is really real, and she's really who she says she is, right? And then the liaison family's going, now, hold on a minute, because if we're being tracked, and we don't say nothing to the higher guard, then they're just going to think she's making it all up, and so what? Okay. And then I got a guard that's higher than the liaison family. And I never met one of them. I'm just using words I heard in the bush of Serengeti fawn just hanging out in a New York City dumpster, trying to get enough food just to make it through the day and not talk to too many people so don't scare the Nite Shamlyon people that I'm infected virally, mentally by all the heathens in the whatever. Right, okay, so now I gotta go through my layers of how many of you are in this mental disease matrix, as I am the matriarch number one. And he is number one, and he's locked away in heaven somewhere. I mean, do they even know we have water guard? We try not to make that one. It's like a family thing. We say water Vatican, an M. Nite Shamlyon family locked in the woods, away from everything heathen in the city and on dry land. So this way we keep our people nice, sweet, like heaven to be around. We play music, we don't watch TV, we drink every now and again. The men do really, and then the women just love the men, and the men love the women, and everybody's in heaven. So I don't want to go into your society too much, because that's never where I wanted to go. But here we are at level 1, elevator floor to penthouse. How do I find a liaison? Do they wear name tags in the public? No, right? It's not like a concierge service at somebody special in minimal, millionaire territory in 1920s. Right, yeah, no, now they're billionaires. They still don't wear name tags, and they hide even more. They don't come knocking and helping the one girl that their trillionaire club knows is water polo or whatever. And how do you get a horse in the water with a polo? Right, I don't know. Don't ask the cricket people. They're water guard, whatever. Alright, so now where am I lost in shuffle 1 through 100 in dominoes, decks of cards, runic bones that are in a jar that play Yahtzee Nazi, that come up with dice, with numbers, and you don't want a poltergeist because the voodoo, hoodoo, and the Santeria people are like white guys. I'm just gonna, we don't want to get in your business, but I'm just letting you know, we were told she's for real, and you don't want poltergeists coming back on your manifestations, especially with some of our kids there. Just saying. Right, that was helpful, thank you. White guy that was like, I want Hollywood movie. I want to hold a pen in Manhattan in a big skyscraper. And then you make him president. Mickey Mouse Sticker Club. It is oh God, how many more of these fucking years do I have to go through looking like this, being all by myself, falling at your feet, one white guy really tall And, like, how do I get you to look down and just comfort me? Like, can you just tell your M. Night Shyamalan people to put the whole puppet show on pause? And, like, I don't care if they freeze in motion, like, and then we just walk off set, like, okay, I won't cry. I'll be, oh, thank God, we finally got through to someone. Yeah, that's where I come from. This was, like, this is scary to me. Like, having to live amongst the walking brain dead. And then fight my way through some liaison family that's Mrs. Hannigan's nurse charge of the real Elizabeth the Queen. She's the one who makes all the phone calls, like, knowing, and then she found out, and she was like, oh my God, how do I not hate this little girl that is, like, I have nieces and nephews, so I'm going to just try to be nice and see how this goes. Right, will you write me a nice recommendation amongst your people because this is just how I am, and I accidentally spill milk, they tell me, in a bowl that I was born with. By asking too many questions, I sometimes ask the other animals, and then they back over the bowl and put their own foot in it and knock my milk over with they're scared of what I really am. And then the milk's everywhere, right? But then why are you mad at me that you got mad or scared and knocked your own? Well, I mean, it was mine, but I wasn't complaining, but you sure were. And then, are you going to do the right thing for us? I don't know if it's better that you're scared of us or you like us, or I know when you're angry, you're a fucking, like, real challenge to manage, and I gotta get so many floors up, so it is gonna be like, I'm gonna need you to stand still. I'm gonna stand on your shoulders for 1 second just to look over at where I am and read my scale, because I can't talk too much to you. Right, okay, and then I'm going to get back down, and I'm going to send a message over to my, like, water polo or water guard of, shh, don't tell the children on dry land. We are the M. Night Shyamalan crew. Right, got it. Okay, done. So now, on the Blair Witch Project, right, it really wasn't scary. She's running around with a photo camera, right, that's kind of like this, just so we keep Hollywood and my real story and my transition, like, trying to get to one guy. I'm at his feet. I'm not leaving. I'm holding on. I'm like, you might knock my block off, my head connection off, but I got his feet, and I ain't letting go, and I'm on new ground, and he's all the way up at old ground, and he's got some whatever he's got at really tall masts and sails, and I know he is eventually going to go, oh, is that what that is on my leg, my ankle? Right, my wife just waiting for me to come get her. Yeah, it would be nice. I never wanted to stay amongst the brain dead, scary zombie things of, like, Tiafru and Romer. Thanks much. I mean, I didn't want Mickey Mouse tryouts either. I mean, thank you, Michael Huston, for a Fidelis suture. But I had one respectable, and that now is whatever. Maybe a cheerleader for me? I don't know. I mean, I don't ask guys to be cheerleaders, but because that's just weird. But it's a long way up to the top, Mike, and I just want the one I was born for. Uh-huh. So now, how do I get there again? It's kind of hard to, like, what doors do you knock on? What doors do you, what shoulders do you just climb up on and go, hey, I'm just sitting here for a couple of minutes. Yeah, they said that you don't really exist in my world, so I'm just gonna have to sit on your shoulders for a minute. Right? Yeah, that pisses off the whole Hollywood crew, and they're not as special as they thought they were when they got those leading roles. Uh-huh.